I'm not sure how I could possibly summarize Sandee in one or two words. She's been my partner in crime.
Caring.
Sweet.
She has the biggest heart.
She's always got a smile on her face. She's a bubbly personality and just loves kids.
Witty. 2 words, sweet Jesus.
She has the best personality.
That's her Lord, not me. She said that, not me.
She's a doer. She gets things done. She's fiery, worker, creative. There's again many that I could use.
Calm, angelic.
A woman of God.
So Sandee has always been just such a cheerful and bubbling presence.
She's so much fun.
Yeah, easygoing.
She's so energetic.
Kind and caring. I definitely think so.
Compassionate. Sandee's the kindest, most compassionate person I know.
And willing to help.
Friendly, outgoing, amazing singer.
Those are the things that I will always remember. It didn't matter what it was. Sandee was ready to jump in and help plan absolutely anything. Even when she thought maybe we were a little bit crazy for planning too much, she jumped in and helped out with everything.
I can count on her for a smile, a hello, a hug. I'm gonna miss that.
Sandee Blackburn, I've known her most of my life, which means ever since she was probably just a little kid. I grew up down the block from Sandee, so I've known her and her husband Danny for a long time. And Sandee is one of those true consummate pros as a teacher. She's helped so many kids, kids that have a bad, tough backgrounds and not a fair go in life. And I think so many of them can look back and say, Miss Blackburn was always in my corner. And Sandee, I think that's something you should really be proud of, is that so many kids that you really did make a difference with.
Actually, I started teaching 35 years ago, and my first job was actually in St. Albert at Albert Lacombe with the internship program, which was a kind of a crazy program, but that's where I started doing little bits in every classroom. I think I was the prep relief, but I learned an awful lot. And I did that for my first year, and then was hired out here in Morinville, and I've been working out here ever since. So taught everything from, grade 1 to, I've taught the whole gamut. So started off in elementary, and then the bulk of my teaching was in junior high. Spent 20 years there. Probably when I very first started teaching, Françoise Froma was very instrumental in how I approach things. Partnered with Jan Maslick, who taught me a ton about teaching and how to be in the classroom, which was excellent. Jeanette McMillan, iconic, just awesome lady, and taught me about it's kids first, definitely.
I've known Sandee. I started my career with Sandee at Primo. She was teaching grade 6. And once again, Sandee is the same person she was how many years ago as she is today. And she just has that disposition about her that kids love. And whenever I need something, I just can go to Sandee, and she just knows exactly kind of what needs to be done.
Sandee has been so important for me. She was LSF as soon as she came here, and so she spent so much time, me and her together. We were doing it together, grade coordinators, LSF, working with her on the RISE kids, the K&E kids, programming for the special needs kids. I learned so much from her. And again, helpful in every single activity, because so much of what happens down here is more than just working with the kids. That's of course a huge part of it, but there's so much behind the scenes, and Sandee has just been so important. And
first of all, I owe Sandee a big thank you, okay? I owe Sandee a thank you, not for only her years of experience in education, and specifically at MCHS, but a huge thank you for taking on this assignment this year. This was a pretty tough assignment with a tough group of kids, and for her to take that on for us was very special. So I owe her a big thank you, but also a big sorry at the same time, because once the hiring freeze came on, we were actually looking at doing something with that classroom specifically just for support. The hiring freeze came, and we were not able to do anything with that and for her and for those kids. So that, Sandee, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm out. I don't care. Yeah, just see you later. And good luck to you.
So this year with her teaching, it's been wonderful because she's incredible with the kids, but I've sure missed her energy and missed her ideas and just being able to bounce things off of her. And that's going to be a huge loss for me, especially because we talked all the time, every day, many times a day, and she's just been so important to me here at work.
Oh, well, as an LSF, she looks after kids, and her heart is the biggest heart you could ever have. And so she's got so many things she's offered to so many, and she's a straight shooter. So she tells them like it is, parents, the like, but she's always been so kid-centered and kid-first and helpful to the faculty and just giving everything she can give to our school and our students.
Like, she has a way with kids that kids seem to gravitate towards.
Well, I think it's her patience and her, her ability to just kind of, she's like a mom to the kids almost. Like, she's just loving and caring, and she cares about them, and, she just makes you, I'm sure she makes the kids feel like awesome because she's just that kind of person. So I love watching her with the kids and how she interacts with them and stuff. So, she's been amazing at MCHS, and in doing the stuff she does. She works with the play, and she's an awesome singer and working with those kind of things. So yeah, she's really had a big impact here.
Just how she interacts with the students, like just her approach with them, like what she says, and it just seems to work. She has that just a natural knack for getting them to do what she needs them to do.
Accountability to kids, like right now, it's got to be done. I want you to come down to the office. We're going to phone your mom right now and make sure this is happening, and just don't piss her off, I guess is probably the way to put it. Takes quite a bit, but she doesn't stand for any kind of junk, and just an awesome teacher and an awesome LSF.
Just her compassion for the kids that need extra love, the ones that are struggling, the ones that have all those extra problems at home. She has a way to see through some of the stories that sometimes we get caught up in, and she just has an eye and a heart for those kiddos, and I'm just going to miss her advice to work with those kids. Yeah, her compassion.
Sandee and I have had many conversations with families over the years in this office, and I got to tell you, while some kids are pretty easy to take, there are some other kids that come with cume files about this thick, and the thing that I admire most about Sandee is that no matter what kind of kid it is, she always wants to take them, and she'll tell me, she said, Don, I don't know about this one, but I think we can love them, and if we can love them, I think we can make it work for them. So, those are some of the first things that come to mind when I think about Sandee, is like her big heart.
Yeah, Sandee, she dropped everything for someone in need, and she put in so much time and did it with all her heart, and that's going to be missed because she was there for anybody who needed her.
She has absolute patience, but that comes from love. And I think she loves her students and wants what's best for them, and she's earned her wings into heaven for the patience and dedication she's shown.
I never would have made it through all those years in K&E without you, Sandee. There's days I just wanted to strangle some of those kids, and you were always pulling me back from the edge of the cliff, and appreciate that. You just have a heart of gold, and wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And haven't talked to you too much about the science this year, but understand you're a pretty good science teacher too.
But I think I could learn a lot from Sandee. I wish I actually had more time to learn from her. Just even one instance this year, we had a student who we thought had lice. And so, oh my goodness, I was freaked right out. For me, that was like my worst fear. And she's like, just bring it on. Like, I'll take the gloves, I'll get him sit down, and we will figure it out. And she just went right in there, and she was so perfect with that student. He didn't even bat an eye. He's like, yeah, no problem, because she was just so good and well-spoken with him that he didn't even care.
And she's a funny individual. You can go and talk to her about situations, and she seems to be able to put a positive spin on it. It doesn't matter how, low the situation might be, but you always can see the upside. And with Sandee going, it's going to be, once again, huge shoes to fill.
Sandee's always bubbly, always smiling. In fact, sometimes it's just not natural. I mean, nobody smiles that much. Nobody is that bubbly in a school. I think she goes every morning. I think when she gets up, she kind of puts safety pins or something just to get that smile going, and that so she can keep it all day. I mean, Sandee, would it kill you to frown now and then? I mean, my God, the school's a tough place to be. I mean, say a disparaging word about a colleague, or maybe call out a kid, tear a strip off them in the hallway, so like the rest of us normal people do. But no, Sandee's too good. She smiles, and just everything is wonderful.
Probably the thing I'll miss the most is the interaction with people. Colleagues, kids. I like to be with people, and I think that'll be the thing I miss the most. I've worked with a lot of really incredible people who have become, many of them, my good friends, and so I'll miss that. I'll miss being with kids. I'll miss their energy. Being in a school has and especially in a junior high for all those years, there's a lot of energy. So I'll miss that. And probably I'll miss the good laughs that we have, and stories that happen just being here. Those are lots of good times. So I'll miss being able to laugh with my colleagues.
Not gonna lie, I was terrified of Sandee Blackburn at first. I taught her daughter. She was in my religion class, and this is when I was not Catholic. I was Christian. And not that Catholics aren't Christians, but that's another story. And I really wanted to teach religion, and I was really excited about it. And I showed the movie The Passion of the Christ before Christmas. And I didn't know that wasn't really a good thing to do. And I got an email from Sandee demanding why would I do this before. This is Christmas time, not Easter. And I didn't really have an answer because I didn't know. I just thought this is a powerful movie and the kids need to see this. And so then she came to work with us at our school like many years later, and that stuck in my head that she's this amazing woman of the church. She's Catholic Women's League. She knows everything about Catholicism. And I am this baby Catholic, and I was frightened of her. and then we were working together on, I don't know, I think it was IPPs once, and she said, shit balls. And I laughed my ass off, and I'm like, okay, this woman is real. She's a real woman. She's not scary. I love her, and I'm going to miss her.
So I remember it was a couple years back, and we were doing one of our celebrations in the gym. And I was going to lead the students in just a song, just a response. It wasn't long, it was nothing big, but I needed the right key to start off. I'm not a key guy. And Sandee's like, I got you. And so she just kind of stood by my ear, and she gave me the right key, and then she helped start it off with me, and nobody else sang. But she was totally there for me. So I remember that well. I often think of that.
We often say you can't write this shit. Nobody would believe it. We need to write it down. And she's got lots and lots of things that she's offered throughout the years, lots of phraseology with her. So things, she'll use the word shitballs often. I've heard that probably hundreds of times when something's not gone right.
Yeah, no, definitely. She could get very animated for sure. It's hilarious. It's funny. I really enjoy watching it, to be honest.
Well, Sandee loves parties. Sandee loves to drink some rye. And so I love drinking with her, having a few drinks, having lots of laughs, because Sandee is hilarious and her laugh just makes me laugh. She's that person that's there at the beginning to help set up and there at the end to help clear it down, and everything in between is where the fun lies with Sandee.
We were at a party at Jan's house, and these ladies were having a great old time, and next thing you know, you see them, they're in the bucket of a bobcat coming down the street in front of Jan's house. And I believe Trevor Bulger was driving the bobcat, and you're like, and what are you guys doing? 3 sheets to the wind, so to speak, but just laughing, fun, singing, having such a great time.
Yeah, I got a quick story about Sandee. A few years ago when we did our MCHS Amazing Race, I got the privilege of being on her team. And it was a tough one. We were all over the place. We're out in Cardiff Park, and I remember ending up at Celtic Knot. And it was so funny. We got so turned around, and I remember Sandee just like shitballs just flying out of her mouth. And then we're like, okay, let's just go to or Celtic Knot because that's where we're going to end up anyways. And we got there, we were like one of the first teams there because we just told all the other teams when they go, how'd you get here so fast? And we were just ribbing them saying, well, you guys have to figure out the clues. And so we were giving them the gears, and everyone, I remember that year that no one knew how fast we got there and how we didn't. And then when the winners came out, we didn't win. We knew we weren't going to win, but we were telling everyone that we were there that fast. And so we had just a blast, and we finally just said, screw it. And we just went and started drinking and eating at the Celtic Knot. So I remember that. It was a good time. It was lots of fun.
What won't I miss? I won't miss filling out forms, surveys, marking. I won't miss the marking at all.
Sandee, I'm hoping that this isn't like the official last time we're going to see you around the school. Maybe we'll get you back again at some point. But wherever it takes you next, God bless you, and thank you so much for being such a support for me and for just loving the staff and loving all the kids here in the school. And we just send you on with all of God's best blessings.
I know Sandee's happiest when she's talking about her family. And I know she's going to have a great time, especially with the grandkids. But whenever you talk to Sandee, she's always talking about family and visiting family. And when they come over, she's so excited. So I guess, Sandee, in retirement, I would just say, you know what, I know you're going to Mexico shortly after you're finished here, so enjoy those 2 weeks. That'll be great for you, but also enjoy those grandbabies and your family. I know you'll enjoy them as much as you possibly can and spend as much possible time as you can with them. But don't forget about us too. Hopefully you'll get on that sub list and you'll be back maybe the day after you get back from Mexico.
I'm not sure if you're going to come back to sub anymore. I remember at your way last year when you just retired back in June, you said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to come back, and I look forward to doing some subbing." I'm not sure that's the case anymore, but you did a whole bunch, and you deserve this time with your grandbabies. God bless.
Sandee, once again, good luck and congratulations. I know you'll be spending lots of time at your cabin and with your kids, probably traveling to Vancouver lots, and have lots of fun. I know you love your rum and Coke, and I salute you and have one on me. Congratulations.
I'll miss you, Sandee. Congratulations. Enjoy your grandbabies and life after MCHS.
Well, we put her in a different role this year, and it's like we've chatted about starting from square one, back in the classroom, and has done such a good job. And it's like she's come full circle, and just want to say have a great retirement, Sandee. You and Danny deserve that, and to go and enjoy the rest of your life, your grandbabies as well, and take the time and just chill out for a while.
I really hope that you and Danny have yourselves a wonderful retirement. I mean, you've absolutely deserved it. And probably the best thing is that you get to be a full-time grandma now and enjoy those times, because now it's your grandkids that can benefit and have the wonderful grandma, Sandee, with them all the time.
I sure hope that you will keep in touch and maybe do a little bit of subbing here, or at least just come and have lunch or something so that I can tell you about all the craziness that's going on here. You are amazing. You have had an incredible career, and I'm so glad that you got to spend the last years here. I've learned so much from you, and I'm grateful for you, and I hope you have the best retirement, Sandee. Congratulations.